All right, second grade, we're ready to get started with our turtles in a tub today. So I've got my little turtle here we're going to be sculpting, and then I've got like a little pool that my turtle is sitting in, and it kind of looks like my turtle is trying to escape out of the pool, but you don't have to do that. So I'm going to show you how we're going to get started. So we're all going to start with a slab of clay. A slab is kind of like a thin, flat piece of clay. You can see it there. And we're going to be using some different tools today. I'm going to set that one off to the side, but we're going to use a needle tool. We're going to have to use a fork as a tool today, and then we're going to need a cup of water here. So that's kind of how we're going to get set up today. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make our little pool here. We got to give our turtle a place to go before we can add our turtle. So, we want our pool to be nice and big so our turtle can sit in there. So I don't want it to take up the entire slab, otherwise I'm not going to have enough clay to make my turtle, but I am going to make it kind of big. So I'm using my needle tool here to kind of sketch or draw out how that's going to look. Okay, and if I don't like it, clay is kind of cool. If I don't press down hard enough, I can erase. And then I can move if I wanted to, like I just did, and then I can go back and I can redraw it. And I want this to be plenty big because we are going to fold up the sides a little bit there so that we can make this a functional little dish. So I think that looks pretty good. Once I have it how big I want it, I can press down a little bit harder with my needle tool, and that's going to start to actually cut it out. And as I go, I can kind of take that out and peel off that extra clay, and then I'll just keep going around and kind of peeling as I go. Whoops. And I can kind of move it, I can tear it and move it off to the side too. But this is going to be like our little pool, okay? And we are kind of making these functional, like I said, so if you wanted to, you could potentially even put things inside of your little turtle bowl here. There we go, or your turtle pool. And then we're going to take it and flip it over, and on the back, we're going to get our initials. There's my initials, and then whatever your teacher code is, so 2H, 2B, or 2S. I'm just going to put the year on mine. Okay, so just 2020, and then I can flip it back over. And we're ready to start peeling up the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put one finger under it, and I'm going to start kind of pinching up with my thumb and my fingers. And that's going to create kind of like an edge to our little pool that our turtle is going to be inside. So I'm just going all the way around it and kind of peeling that up, and then I can kind of smooth things out too as I go. But I want to get all the way around that bowl so that nothing's going to fall out. Okay? And if you'll notice, your clay might crack a little bit. That's all right. Just kind of try to smooth out those cracks with your finger as much as you can. Just to make it a little bit stronger. We don't want to add any water to it, otherwise that's going to actually make it worse. So just smooth it with your finger for now, and that should be fine. You might just need to kind of bring that lip up a little bit higher, and that might help make it a little bit stronger. Okay, so we're kind of creating a little, almost like a pinch pot or a bowl here. Okay. Double checking for cracks and smoothing them out as I go. If I accidentally cover over my initials, I can go back over them. Alright, but that looks pretty good. Okay, now's the fun part, actually making our turtle. So this we're just going to set to the side for now, and I'm going to get my extra pieces, and this is what we're going to be making our turtle out of. So I just want to tear off kind of a decent sized chunk, alright? And I'm going to start working it into my hands, and I have to push kind of hard. I have to be pretty strong, and I can kind of roll it out into a ball, okay? And then I'm just going to use my palm. I'm going to smush that down to make my turtle's shell, all right? And if you don't think that that's big enough, it's all right. We can just add some more to it and turn it into a ball again and try again. We don't want our turtles to be big, otherwise they won't fit in there, but we don't want them to be tiny either. All right, we want to be able to see them. Okay, so I'm going to roll that into a ball again and flatten it back out for my turtle shell. Okay, and then flatten it, and that's pretty good turtle shell. But I do have some of those cracks again, so I just want to make sure that I go back with my thumb or my fingers and kind of smooth some things out. And it's probably too thick right now too. So I can even use my fingers to smash it a little bit more. Okay, so that's my turtle shell. Now, our turtle, as you can see here, is going to need a head. It's going to need some front arms, probably some back arms, and then if you want, you can add a little tail to your turtle too. Okay, so for the head, that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to just take another chunk of this, another chunk of my clay off, roll that into a ball. Okay, whoopsies. I can kind of smush it down a little bit and maybe smooth it out some more. Okay, and I'm actually going to attach it to the bottom side of the turtle here. So I'm going to take, in order to attach it, I'm going to need to score it and slip it. So I'm going to take my fork and I'm going to go across one way, and you can see I'm starting to get some lines there. Oh, the light's a little off. Go across the other way. Okay, and this is going to turn into kind of like Velcro. So then I'm going to flip my turtle shell over and smooth out some of my cracks again. Crisscross, crisscross. Get that water on there. Okay, that's called slipping, and then I'm going to squish it. And I can even blend it, and that's going to help it stick on even better. Alright, and that's a pretty good shape for my turtle's head. I kind of like that. I can add some eyes and a mouth if I want to with my needle tool. Okay, just like this, and then like that. And I might not even be able to see the mouth anyway, but that's okay. So there's my turtle's little head there. If I want to, I can kind of shape the shell a little bit more before I add anything else. But there we go. Alright, now arms. I'm going to peel off some more pieces. I like to kind of roll them into a bit of a coil and then kind of flatten them. And that might even be too much. So I'm going to take some off the side there. Okay, but that's going to be like my turtle's arm. One of them. Okay, flatten it even more. Score it. Do my crisscross thing. Do the same on the belly, and I'm just going to score both of them so those two are both ready to go. Slip it. Okay, and squish it on there. And you can do whatever kind of shape you want for your arms. I kind of want mine to look like a sea turtle, so I'm going to just kind of flatten them and kind of point them a little bit. Okay, there's one arm. I'm going to get another chunk of clay and do my other arm. And like I said, just experiment, figure out what you like, what you think is going to look best for your turtle. Now this is probably not enough clay. That was a pretty small chunk I left myself. But that looks pretty good. Pretty symmetrical. Again, no turtles are the same. Okay, you can make your turtle however you want it. And the arms and legs don't even have to match if you don't want them to. Okay, but that looks pretty good. Whoops, you can see some of my scoring marks. I didn't get those on there. I can just use my finger to kind of smooth things out. If I don't smooth them out, they're going to dry like that and be all hard and like that when I am finished. So I probably want to clean that up. Okay, and then a couple of back legs. That one's going to work as a back leg. I might point that one out so they're a bit more symmetrical. Okay, score it, slip it, and whoops, I forgot to score this one. So I'm going to score and score. So I've got one more leg to add, and then we're going to be ready to actually attach it to our base here, or to our little bowl that we made. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit of extra clay here, so that's perfect for if other people need to borrow some or whatever, or we'll just recycle it and let other kids use it. Okay, so score one more time, slip it, and squish it on our turtle. Okay, and flip it over, and that looks pretty good. Now if you want to, I didn't do this on my first turtle, but if you want to, you can make some designs. So I'm not really sure exactly what turtle designs look like. I can kind of come up with my own thing. I'm going to add some more clay to my shell here because it kind of got thinned out a bit when I added my arm and squished it together. Alright, so thinking about what a turtle shell looks like. I just know it's like a bunch of crisscross types of lines, so maybe I'm just going to keep it simple and make kind of like a checkerboard type pattern. Okay, and there's my turtle shell design. I think that looks pretty good actually. Okay, so now I'm gonna stick it on the inside here, and if I want to, like that, I can put it right in the middle. I can put it kind of off to the side, whatever. But I can't just set that in there and call it good. It's not gonna stick otherwise, and when I'm done, when it comes out of the kiln, it's gonna be in multiple pieces. So I have to score the bottom. Okay. I'm going my crisscross, making my Velcro, and then I have to score wherever I'm gonna put it. So I think I'll put this one right in the middle this time. Okay, we gotta slip it, get our water in there, make it nice and squishy, and then stick it down, and it should be good to go. And if you need to smooth some parts out, now's the time to smooth them out. Otherwise, as soon as they're dry, they're gonna be rough. But that looks pretty good. All right, so I've got two different ideas here. One of them's in there, one of them's coming out. I think they both look pretty cool. So after this, we gotta let them dry for a while. I'll stick them in the kiln, and then the fun part will be when they come out of the kiln the first time, we'll be able to add color, and I'm gonna show you a trick to make it look like there's water in there. Can't wait.